but what if we just focused on equal rest instead of equal work? I get this comment a lot in the comments of my videos talking about domestic labor and the mental load, and specifically around the idea of maybe doing away with the idea of trying to find equity when it comes to who works more hours, who does more domestic labor, who does more caretaking, and thinking in more simplistic terms of do we have equal rest? Do we have equal opportunity for recreation? And if we do, is that enough? And I believe this comes from the creator Casey Davis and a book she wrote. I think it's called Struggle Care. I have not personally read it, and so I am not very knowledgeable on this concept, but I hear it a lot in my comments, and so I'm going to do some work here. But in my mind, this only works if there is an equitable division of labor. Equal rest only feels like rest if when you come home, you don't have more work to do. What is a common complaint in heteronormative relationships typically is that men get ample time for rest and relaxation and recreation. Women get less time for rest, relaxation, recreation. But when they do have it, they come home to more work. And men will typically say things along the lines of like, if it's not up to her standard, then it's not good enough. But that's just not the reality. Typically, it's the bare minimum that we're asking for. Put the dishes away, fold the laundry, whatever it might be. Like when I go away to say, play pickleball for 2 hours, not that I play, but if I did play pickleball for 2 hours and I came home and my kids hadn't been fed and the dishes weren't put away and the laundry hadn't been switched, is that really equal rest? Right? And so when I think about equal rest, I think it can only really work when there's equal labor going on, or is as close. I don't think you can ever get equal, but equitable division of labor as much as you possibly can. And I live in a home with, a dual income home. We both work full time. Our jobs are very different. And so there are weeks where my husband works more hours and I do more work at home. But on the average day, we are trying to balance the scales as much as possible so one person is not doing significantly more than the other. And even if the scales were like this and I got the same amount of rest and recreation time as he did, but I was still doing this much more work, does that feel restful? Probably not. So while I love the idea and I want to learn more about it, I think equal rest and recreation can only come and be impactful if there is an equitable division of labor in the home. And that looks different for every family, and that's okay, but it is still important to find that balance. And in our home, we are focusing a lot on rest time for each other. Like I'm starting to take 2 nights a week that are just for me. I tap out before bedtime, and my husband is taking time after work for himself. And on weekends, we're switching days of sleeping in. Like we are working really hard to not only have equal division of labor, but also time for ourselves. And it's made a huge impact. So I really believe in equal rest, but I also think it's only possible when there is an equitable division of labor that exists.